Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Japanese Traditional Crafts, Part 2 of 2, Washi and Suminagashi, the arts of paper making and paper marbling. Continue watching to find out more.
No to vegan. Only people who abhor sin choose it.
Radiant viewers, to wish you a beautiful day, the gentle people of the Philippines would like to say, Magandang araw in Filipino. I'm Rabia. Each of us is a beloved child of God. Let's extend the divine love within us to all beings and create a paradise on earth. Welcome to our program, Japanese Traditional Crafts, Part 2 of 2, Washi and Suminagashi, the arts of paper making and paper marbling. Last week, we looked at kintsugi, the Japanese art of restoring broken pottery and enhancing its beauty. Today, we'll learn about the making of washi, Japanese paper, and how it can be used to create beautiful marble patterns called Suminagashi. Traditional Japanese paper is called washi. The term is nowadays used to describe paper made by hand from local fibers that are washed, boiled, beaten, and then strained using traditional techniques. The fibers used for washi are often selected from gampi trees, a group of Japanese shrubs that have been used for making paper since the 8th century. Washi can also be made from the paper mulberry tree, which is called kozo in Japanese. This remarkable tree has also been used by Austronesians since ancient times to make bark cloth, a traditional treasure. What's more, the tree's wood can be used for making furniture and utensils, and its roots for making rope. The fruit of the paper mulberry tree is edible, and so are its leaves if they're boiled. Its bark and fruit can be used for medicine. Washi can also be made from the Mitsumata tree. Paper made from the Mitsumata tree is so durable that it's used to make Japanese banknotes. No matter which tree it's made from, washi is generally thicker and stronger than ordinary commercial paper made from wood pulp. Besides for writing and painting, washi can be used to make a wide range of arts and crafts, including even boxes for gifts, candles, or other special items. Due to its strength and the value of tradition, washi is ideal for use in origami, the art of folding a flat piece of paper into a three-dimensional artwork, one of the most famous Japanese crafts of all. Japanese bento boxes, or lunch boxes, can also be made from washi, which is a sustainable, hygienic, and beautiful alternative to single-use plastic. Washi was traditionally made by farmers during winter when it was too cold to grow rice and vegetables. It takes many years of training and practice at traditional techniques to make washi of consistent size and thickness. Mr. Ichibei Iwano is a 9th-generation paper craftsman from Echizen Washi, a small city in Fukui Prefecture on the west coast of Honshu. Japan's main island that has a history of paper making spanning more than 1,500 years. Mr. Iwano has been designated a living national treasure by the Japanese government. His father, the eighth in his lineage, was also a living national treasure. Mr. Iwano mostly makes a special type of paper called hosho paper, which is mainly used for wood prints. He makes his paper from the kozo, or paper mulberry tree, entirely by hand, without the use of a single machine. The fibers are cooked in an alkali bath made of ashes from soba or buckwheat husks, from Tochigi Prefecture, a mountainous region near Tokyo, and then beaten into quality washi paper. Visitors to Echizen Washi are often amazed by how strong the paper is. Mr. Iwano says that to make the best quality paper, it's important that he has a calm mind without any anger or irritation.
Vegan, because we cannot destroy our own compassion.
Mindful viewers, we'll take a short break now to admire the beauty in everything around us and to appreciate how human creativity can enhance this beauty in so many unique and special ways. We'll be right back to introduce the art of Japanese paper marbling. Please stay with us here on Supreme Master Television. Welcome back to our program. Now let's look at Suminagashi, a traditional coloring process that creates beautiful marble patterns on washi. In Suminagashi, which means floating ink, concentric circles of differently colored dyes are floated in multiple layers on the surface of the water, and then the pattern is broken by blowing on it or fanning it with a fan, creating a unique and delicate striped pattern. Washi paper is then immersed in the ink to copy the pattern. This type of artwork is sometimes called paper marbling in English, and it has a history of many thousands of years around the world. The origins of Suminagashi in Japan are unknown, but it has been practiced since the Heian period, 794 to 1185. Heian means peace, and the Heian era is considered a high time for Japanese culture, especially for art, poetry, and literature. Suminagashi was at the time a popular hobby of courtiers who enjoyed watching the changing patterns of ink on the surface of the water. While washi paper is the traditional medium for Suminagashi, nowadays cloth is also used to copy the special pattern to kimonos, the traditional Japanese clothing. The beauty of Suminagashi creations, along with its associated culture and traditions, attracts many people to the art both in Japan and abroad. Generally, to create Suminagashi art, one first prepares a tray filled with fresh, clean water. After the water becomes still, brushes are used to add the dye. Two types of brushes are used. One is for applying the dyes, and the other is for dipping into pine oil to spread the dye. When the dye brush is dipped into the center of the water tank, the dye floats to the surface. The trick is not to dip the brush in too deeply. Next, the pine oil brush is dipped quickly into the center of the tank, causing the dye to spread out into a circle. This process is repeated using various dyes so that a pattern of concentric circles is created on the surface of the water. The longer the pine oil brush is dipped into the water, the thinner the circle formed becomes. The artist uses this technique to create multiple ripples of differently colored dyes. Suminagashi is a race against time because the dye will sink into the water after about 15 minutes, so the patterns must be made and transferred quickly. It takes great speed and skill to create ripples one after another by switching between the brushes while keeping a precise center for all the ripples. After having finished making concentric circles, and they have spread across the surface of the water, one can then either blow on the tank or use a fan to turn them into a complex pattern of striped lines. The final step is to preserve the pattern by placing a piece of paper over the surface of the water. Mr. Tadao Fukuda is a 91-year-old craftsman from Japan who has been certified as a holder of the title Intangible Cultural Property for his expertise in Suminagashi. He uses a fan that is designed to create just the right amount of wind to create a pattern with a unique, beautiful texture. And to preserve the pattern, he uses a special piece of washi paper called a torinokoshi made by him. Echizen washi has been famous for its torinokoshi since the Muromachi period, 1336 to 1573. The washi used for torinokoshi is made out of the gampi plant and is called the king of paper because of strength and durability. To perfectly capture and preserve the patterns that have been created on the surface of the water is a great skill. And the Fukuda family has passed down its technique for generations through the process of ishi soden, which means to convey a secret technique to only one of your own children. The resourcefulness of the traditional Japanese way of life, combined with Japan's unique aesthetic sense as well as its Buddhist and Shinto traditions, have nurtured many fine art forms that have been passed down through generations for thousands of years and have in recent times become famous all around the world. We pray that we may all value and preserve the knowledge, skills, and wisdom of the past and incorporate them into the golden age.
It was my dog Boycott who led me to question the right of humans to eat other sentient beings. Cesar Chavez, vegetarian.
Artistic viewers, we appreciate your company today during Japanese Traditional Crafts Part 2 of 2, Washi and Suminagashi, the arts of paper making and paper marbling. Up next is Shining World Compassion Award recipient Lei Van Dung, the humble life-saving mechanic, right after noteworthy news. May all of your kind deeds to others in times of need be abundantly rewarded by heaven.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/CTAW.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule et suprememastertv.com/CTAW.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/CTAW.
हमारे कार्यक्रम पेश किए जाते हैं कई भाषाओं में। कृपया देखें suprememastertv.com/schedule और suprememastertv.com/CTAW।